This is Brian, and welcome back to Final Fantasy X. Still working on Yuna and Lulu's grids here. But for one thing, I did run out of power spheres, so I gotta farm for a few of those here. I think I had moved Riku back to for good armor, so she's gonna have auto haste on here, which I didn't like as much, but I'm only planning on doing a couple of fights here. Oh, it shouldn't be enough to annoy me too much. Still going after Kamari like we did last time. Yeah, actually I didn't think that through well enough. I thought I'd see it if she could just take him out before he would get a turn. But that means I only get half of the power spheres I would have gotten otherwise. Yeah. That's alright, we'll just go for 60. It's fine. I just did it because I kind of wanted to see if it was that close to being done. Didn't really think about it in that way though, as far as the number of spheres I was going to get. This time then, let's just give her a few hits earlier. No, for that matter. Why am I bothering with that? I can do this. Well, that should certainly be enough now since we got a few extra hits in there. Even if I would have messed up and only gotten 4 hits, might have been enough to take him out at that point. Probably not quite, but there we go. As long as it's not 2, that'll be enough for now. So I don't think I was that low on anything else. Ah, god dang it. Well, let's go and do the spear grid anyway. 22 will be enough to get her done with her 16 levels, I'm pretty sure. No, I don't want to move first, though. I want to use that. It does seem like Yuna is going to be a little bit behind Lulu overall. Because Lulu only needs about 10 to 15 levels to finish up. And Yuna's going to need a little more than that from the way it looks here. Maybe 30 or 40 even. Okay, so Don Tavere time again. And just to make sure I got enough for Yuna, I think I will do 2 fights. That's more than Lulu probably needs, but at least I probably won't have to do this again with her after that. Because she should be able to backtrack and make it around the grid to fill out the rest of the stuff I put on. At least that's what I'm hoping. One more hit should do it for this guy. And let's do it again. I know, I could do this a little more efficiently probably and not have Waka's strong weapon equipped so he didn't take out Don Tomberry quite as quickly. And if we did it for like 7 or 8 rounds instead of 5, then they would get that much more as far as fear levels. But doing 5 hits and just taking him out here seems to be fairly good for me. And that way we get a few drops from him too. Because the drops help make us the money to pay the bills. And there we go. I think dark matter that time. Where am I at on that again, since I used some to build up a damage break weapon? Okay, I'm at 15. Need quite a few to get another one. Because it takes 60, so yeah. 45 more. I don't know if we'll be getting that. Probably not. I am going to need more strength, but let's just go ahead and finish Lulu's off here. Because she doesn't have that far to go, and she shouldn't need that many power spheres. I said strength, but I meant power. The power that unlocks strength, defense, and HP. Alright, this will do it. Or at least it should. I'll zoom out and check. Not gonna be that thorough about it, but I'm gonna just give a cursory glance here. Yeah, looks good. Now let's move her to where Waka's at. Which was where? Oh. I thought he was more towards the middle. But this is actually alright, he's not too far away. Okay. Yeah, it is this one. The reason I want to do that is because we'll try to get everybody that's already gone through the grid to the same starting place, so that way when I start laying down other, like, magic spheres and stuff like that, it'll be easier for them to auto-activate it here and move together. Now, I want to check with her and see if she needs anything else to max out. How is her accuracy so low compared to Waka's? Did get everything, right? Is his natural accuracy that much better? I didn't think there was any discrepancy like that. Maybe it's a difference in the expert grid, but I don't know. I wouldn't have thought that would have mattered that much. I know he starts out with a lot of accuracy, but I thought it was just a matter of what he got from his grid right away. Well, I'll need 2 strength spheres, and then a bunch of accuracy. Okay, so I'll farm another strength one too, because I still want to have extra. Even though he doesn't need the strength, I still want to activate that. Where's the next empty one that I want to activate gonna be? Probably this one. How many extra agility do I have? Okay, well, we'll use those up here too. How many more agility does she need to activate? Oh. Stupid me. It wasn't agility, it was accuracy. Why was I thinking agility? Oh well. Mistakes were made. How about accuracy? Okay, well I have 2 of those too. Okay, now we're at just 8 more, so I need 4 more of those, so 6 more total. So 6, I'll go for 6 accuracy, 2 strength, and 2 agility that I need to replenish. And let's just go ahead and get those right away here. For that matter. These two can actually contribute pretty well now on physical hitting, so I can actually just let them fight with me too. I won't have to rely on the attack reels as much. Strength was Juggernaut, I think. Had to have an ambush right away. Our defense should be pretty high for all of them though, so let's just see how we do. And let's see how these hits go now. Oh yeah. Lulu and Yuna doing max damage too. Little onion neck going out and hitting for max damage. Kind of funny. And how bad is this gonna hurt? Yeah. Not bad at all. Now and it heals her, so. That's right, because I just have an eater armor on her. Because I didn't have these two built up with any kind of special armor. And of course it gives me dark matter. Let's try that again, Juggernaut. It's not an ambush, but it doesn't really matter too much. It's just going to be a matter of getting the hits in on him. Maybe we'll get him before he gets a chance to use his salvo, I suppose. Yeah, because first he does the charging, and his next turn will be the salvo, but it seems like we should get him before that. Yeah, look at all those turns we have built up over there on the right side. And I don't care who gets the kill, because they'll all get overkills. There we go. Now, accuracy and agility, I don't remember exactly who did which. Fenrir was kind of a pain in the butt before, but shouldn't really be too bad for this party now, since we're kind of roided up. And we have high enough agility and accuracy to hit him consistently. The only thing was he tends to do a lot of status effect attacks, but if he can't hit us because of evasion, well, that won't do anything either. I kind of hope he's not the accuracy one, though, because it still takes quite a few hits to take him down. God dang it. Stupid dark matter when I don't want it. Well, let's check out Teryx. I know Teryx was easy. What was the drop, though? Onion Knight with the overkill. You gotta be kidding me. At least it's only 2 hits for this guy, but still. Come on, Dark Matter. Gonna build me up to another break damage limit weapon before I get my... get the stuff I want, huh? Okay, well that was evasion. I don't need that. It's probably Hornet and Fenrir, I think. Hopefully Hornet's accuracy. I feel like it probably is. Yeah. I'm gonna have her take care of that poison here. Yeah. Wants to pick on Yuna. And I think the only reason that did that much damage is because it had a death attack on it. I don't know, he takes quite a few hits to kill too. That is the accuracy though. Let's try to get my agility spheres here with one more Fenrir. Yeah. I was contemplating taking Yuna or Lulu out and putting like Kamari in, because that way if the enemy did happen to hit him, that would fill Walker's overdrive gauge and it could use the attack rails. Yeah, that confusion on Walker could be deadly, but at least our evasion's high enough that most of the time it misses too. I'm still gonna mess around with it here though. I don't want to take that chance. You tell him, Yuna. How many did I need? I wanted to pick up 6, I think, is where I was at. So, 2 more fights with this guy. Unless I get more of those dark matter drafts. Son of a gun. Okay, that should be enough to actually give me what I need. Just want to do one more to have the extras for my inventory purposes. And because, who knows, somebody else might need even more accuracy than Lulu does. Bewitching. Walker was bewitched, but he's sane again now. God dang you. Never get that much dark matter when you're trying for it. Or at least it sure as hell doesn't seem like it. Of course it was. Just don't want to give me those last two that I want here. At least I'm almost getting an overdrive built up for Waka and Yuna at this point. Yeah, that's not gonna save you, buddy. But I would rather he does that than do one of his status attacks on me. Finally. Let's sell the drops we've been getting. Nothing that's going to be worth too much here, but clear out the inventory. That was worth quite a bit. In that one. Should probably finish Lulu's off, or Yuna's off, before I do too much of that stuff. Just so she can catch up with them on their backtracking and picking up other stats and stuff, and see how much she needs too. And we are out of power again now. So let's go fight Fafnir again. I think again here I'm only going to worry about getting power now. I'll hold off on the rest because I really just want to finish off getting Yuna all the way through the grid here and get her maxed out then. I guess I could use the Lulu and Yuna party because I could just take them down faster instead of relying on the attack rails. And he still might hit Kamari, as he just did, so here we go. kind of odd that I'm bringing Yuna and Lulu off the bench as my options for high physical hits. For that matter, let's just stop there and go through the grid. I was going to do another one, but hopefully 40 will do it for her. And hopefully we don't run out of speed again. That's the next closest one, it looks like. I don't have to go quite that far here. Although, wait a minute. Why don't I just go in here and grab that quick? So I don't isolate that one. And that was as far as, that was where Waka and Lulu started going back. So I won't have to bring, you know, all the way back now. I can just bring her back to where they are. Makes sense to me, at least. Almost done. She should have enough levels left over for now, at least. This did end up taking quite a bit longer than I thought it would today, though. I was hoping to move on to jumbo flan farming early on in this, but I did not anticipate having to farm so many of the other spheres and then getting so many dark matters out of it. Okay, before I backtrack and get her back with Waka and Lulu, let's just scan it quickly again here. make sure I didn't miss anything. If I did, it probably wasn't going to be an individual one. It would probably just be a short segment. So I don't really have to worry about missing individual ones because I was pretty thorough about that as I went. It's just if I forgot to take a return trip back to finish off some section. But I don't think so. Looks good. Okay, let's get back here. She'll still have 18 levels left. And since we're on backtracking stuff here, it doesn't take as many levels. Where's Lulu? There she is. Accuracy. Of course, if they're all using speed spheres here to fill out this accuracy, I'm going to run out of speed pretty quickly. We'll have enough to get this done, though, if that's all we need. We'll have to check on Yuna's, but just wanted to finish up with Lulu here first. So, yeah, so everything had maxed out except for luck and magic, but luck is 103, and that's the same for Waka. But what about magic? Where are we at? What's the difference? He's at 166, and she's at 176, so she is 10 ahead there. And yeah, I guess if that's going to be a thing where they do have slightly different stats, that is where I would expect her to be ahead, and accuracy is where I would expect Waka to be ahead. So, makes sense. Get him over here and fill these, and then we'll take a look at Yuna's overall stats and see if she's lacking on anything. Okay, she needs another defense, and that's it. The next empty one is going to be these two here. And I think I have at least 2 defense extra. Yeah. So using one of those isn't going to be too big of a deal here. And there she goes now. And we'll keep our 3 amigos together here. Okay, now... do I need to change anything? Probably not for the fights with Jumbo Flan, so let's just go ahead and get into that. And see if this is going to go relatively quick and easy, hopefully. The only thing still is that the animation for it is going to take a while. Spell, double cast, I think, was under here. Yeah. Oh I'll just let him go until he uses up his MP, and then I think I'll just rely on the girls after that. They should do a little more damage than him too. And plus, after we start getting a few of these guys knocked off, we can add 8 magic every time I beat one of these guys, hopefully. As long as it's not a dark matter. Yeah, that is also a thing here, I guess. Waka does have auto haste and the rest of them don't. I guess I can kind of fix that though. How much is she gonna do? Walker was doing like 42,000. Oh yeah. That 10 points of magic actually does quite a bit of a difference here. So if she gets 8 or 10 more, she might be up to max damage already. We'll have to see how it scales exactly. I didn't pay attention to where Yuna's magic was. I would imagine it's probably not quite as high as Lulu's. Also, why was... Oh, I think... Yeah, I saw Lulu was using 2 MP. I think she also has Magic Booster on. So that would be why it costs extra magic, but it's more powerful. Yeah, so that's probably more likely where she would have been otherwise, is somewhere around 50,000. Just like Yuna is. Yeah, I don't use her overdrive too much. Does she have an Ultima Fury? Yeah, I've never been too good at this. Let's see how much damage she does, though. Yeah, I don't know, you just rotate the joystick around, but I've never been good at getting that done quickly for her. Best I've ever been able to do is usually like 5 or 6. So her overdrive has never been that helpful for me. And it's going to continue being that way here. What about a grand summon for Anima? What's his overdrive going to do to this guy? I'm still assuming that it'll work. Since this guy is immune to physical hits, I don't think this is going to count as a physical, but we'll find out shortly. Or another thing that I think I remember for this is a good strategy is just to use pain, now that I think about it. So maybe overdrive, not going to be a thing here. Okay. Yeah, let's not worry about the overdrive, we'll just do pain. The animation doesn't take nearly as long as Ultima. And it's doing more damage at this point. And if she's only gonna... If the Jumbo Flame's only gonna hit me for like 500 a time, don't really care. We got enough HP to survive that for quite a while. Now let's think how many of these I'm going to need. Walker was at 166, and I would assume out of the 3 he's the lowest. So he needs like 90. So 90 points divided by 4. And then we take that, assuming I can get 2 drops per each battle here. So, yeah, it really won't be too bad. Still is annoying how long this fight takes, so. I guess since I did Grand Summon, I can just check out the Overdrive and see what it does. I think worst case scenario, he's just going to counter with another Ultima, which we can survive that well enough anyway. To oblivion with you. Something's telling me this is going to count as physical, though, and not going to do anything. No, it does. I don't know if it's going to be enough to amount to much, though, because those hits each individually aren't doing that much. Yeah, Pain was still the better option. Trying to remember. Yeah, I did teach Kuraga to Anima, so if I do need to heal, I can also do that. I don't think it'll get to that point, but we have it in our pocket. That's how you're gonna cure, huh? As long as it's only 7,000 per turn, though, I don't care. If you're not gonna put a high-level region on yourself or something, okay, well. Spoke too soon there, maybe? Is he just gonna... Okay. I was wondering then if he was just gonna keep trying to do that. I don't want to dispel myself too then to get rid of that reflect. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, you get 2 turns in a row then? Okay, there we go. At least he didn't start doing that reflect crap until towards the end. Probably heal up every time after that. We'll fix this to make it a little better too. Okay, 174, 184. Okay, they're both at 184. They're both 10 ahead of him. I'm just gonna do this again, like I was doing with some of the other stats. So that way, now the magic spheres that we drop could go right up there. So they'll be at the top of the list. At least we're only going to have to do like 10 or so more of these fights. And I guess let's just go in with the anima strategy right away. I could try what the Magus Sisters would do, but since you can't control them, I feel like they probably use their physical attacks enough to annoy me. Try to keep track of how long this one takes. So I got a good idea of how long I'm gonna have to work on this tomorrow. Or if I can even get it done. Attack would be faster, but I'm pretty sure attack's gonna be an immunity. Yeah. So it's gotta be pain. The animation takes longer, but it does the damage, so I guess it's still a little faster than using Ultima, I think. I guess the only way I know for sure is I can try the battle both ways and try to time it out. But it's also going to rely somewhat on how things work out towards the end of the fight with the reflect and region. And I wonder, is it like halfway through the fight it starts using Ultima, or where is the trigger for that? It does seem like it does switch to that after a point. It seems like it does it pretty early though, and then I still have to do a lot of hits afterwards. So it might be before halfway. Maybe it's like the first quarter, and then it switches to Ultima after that. Well, now it's doing Thundaga again. So maybe it's just a little bit random with that. I thought last time though it was using Ultima exclusively after a certain point. Okay, it's already up to the reflect part. I don't mind the Curaga too much. It's that region that can do, well, like 50,000 a turn. That's the problem that I need to dispel. At least I got 2 pains in a row there. And he's not utilizing the reflect quite as much this time. At least not yet. Well, there it goes. Yeah, at least I had a chance to dispel it and get another turn to do pain before Gumbo did anything else. Okay, no regen. Yeah, we're still looking at like over 5 minutes of fight though, it looks like. Or right about there. So I guess I'll try to hurry up and get another one in yet today. And then after I'm done with that, I can start working on Don Tomberry for some of the other characters and getting them moved all the way around their grid to max everything out. Because everything should be on the grid, or at least pretty close to it by the time I'm done with these guys. Everything I'm going to want, at least. Yeah, I'm going to be really annoyed kind of when some of these fights end up dropping Dark Matters. And I'm sure at least one of them will, inevitably. He's using Ultima right away here, so I guess it's just random somewhat. I guess I could take my party that I have built up and go to face some of the Dark Aeons. I don't have armor set up for these, for Lulu and Yuna, but I think as long as Waka's is fine, the next couple don't really matter that much as far as the protections go anyway, so we should be able to take them out. So far I've done Shiva and Ifrit. So next, of course, would be Ixion, or did I say Shiva? I was thinking about Shiva. I've done Valifor and Ifrit so far. So the next one would be Ixion and Shiva, based upon the order that we picked up our Aeons normally, and you would expect that to be kind of their order of difficulty, and it is. From what I remember, Bahamut's kind of where they start ramping it up as the next phase of difficulty for the Dark Aeons. So I can at least try to get maybe Ixion and Shiva with my current group before I get Titus and Auron and Riku going further on the grid. we're up to the reflect stage. Yeah. In RPGs, at least for me, there's a fine line between wanting a spell like this, like Ultima, to have cool animation and look cool, and then, on the other hand, just being quick, doing its job, and letting us move on. The kind of thing where it's cool to see it once or twice maybe, but then I'd rather just beat it up. Like, at least for summoning, a lot of the games I know later on tend to give an option to where you can pick a shorter version of the intro or something like that. Speaking of which, I think this game has that. I might go ahead and move that, because I don't think I ever turned that down. And I have all of the add-ons now, so it's not like there's anything that I haven't shown off. Stop using regen on yourself. How dare you try to survive? Oh, come on, man. Just prolonging the inevitable. At least I already have Anima set up to handle it, though. Because we have Dispel and we have Chiraga if needed. Come on. It's starting to piss me off. At least that last regen didn't do too much. Good, that's right. Hit me with the Ultima. As much as I was complaining about the animation, I'd rather see that than regen. And since this fight ends up being mostly just sitting here watching cutscenes and animation, I would much rather fight the Earth Eater. But you don't have to fight this guy as many times either, I suppose, so there is that too. There we go. No dark matters, please. Alright, let's check out that config at first here. Yeah, let's switch that to short. And then let's go ahead and I will add on those magic spheres that I picked up here yet before we call it for today. There's a nice chunk of 3 open spots here. Had to take quite a few steps to get to it, though. Okay, where's that bring her up to? All right, 200. So Walker will be up to 190 then. So only 65 to go. So yeah, we should pretty easily be able to finish this up next time and move on to either doing some Dark Aeons or just doing some more Sphere Grid for some of the other characters. I'll have to make up my mind on that in between yet. And I still got the time while I'm working on the Sphere Grid next time to think about it too. If I rely on attack reels, Walker could probably single-handedly still take on the next two. Okay. And there we go. 200, 190, 200. So we are going to go ahead and call it here for today. And we'll pick up next time and keep working. Anyway, thanks for watching. And if you've been enjoying the content so far, please like, comment, and subscribe or follow. And we'll catch you next time.